Hey friends, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to a new analytic report. This time I'm doing 2 months in one video, so we're going to cover both August and September. I'm hoping that by making these videos every other month instead of monthly, you will have to watch fewer videos if you want to keep up with my channel, and I will have more things to say in each of them. So yeah, hopefully this is a win-win situation for everyone, but if you would like me to give you a monthly update, then let me know in the comments and I will see what I can do. Having said that, let's get into it. So let's start with August. August was a bit of a slow month, similar to July. Well, actually worse than July in terms of numbers. And this time it wasn't because I was on holiday. It was more because I tried something new and it didn't work. Or at least it didn't work straight away. But I'm going to tell you all about it in a second. Let's look at my general numbers, my general stats for that month first. So in August, I posted 2 videos. One was my July analytics one, and the other one was my Daniel Dalen case study. And as you can see, I got about 1,400 views. I generated about 54 hours of watch time, and I lost 3 subscribers. So yeah, as you can see, my numbers were down, and actually by a lot compared to July and June. So I was a bit disappointed, not gonna lie. And I mean, I didn't really expect my July analytics video to blow up. I never do. Like, this is a series that I make for the YouTube nerds like me who like numbers, who like stats, who like reflections on, you know, the journey of growing a YouTube channel and that sort of thing. So my July analytics video didn't perform that well, and you know, I was happy with that. It was helpful for some people, and you know, if it helps at least one person, I'm happy. So that's fine, but I did expect more from my Daniel Dalen case study. You know, I try to be very objective with my own content, and I know it's hard because it's hard to see the flaws in your own videos, but I try to be very objective, and I generally ask myself whether I would watch my own videos, whether I find them helpful, and generally I only put out videos that I'm really proud of, okay? And that one specifically, I was super proud of. I think the content was genuinely helpful, especially the part on personal branding. I think the editing was top-notch, like fast-paced sort of editing that I like, very professional. I actually spent 3 weeks editing that video, and I had to learn lots of things to level up my editing for that one. So I was really proud of that. And yeah, I just thought the video was really helpful, and it would be helpful to people who want to grow a personal brand. So yeah, I was a bit disappointed when it didn't do that well. The thing is, with that editing style, it was something completely new for me. I had to level up my editing big time to make that video. I spent 3 weeks learning all about Premiere Pro and After Effects, and yeah, I mean, I don't regret it. It was sort of an experiment because I had seen a small amount of YouTubers blowing up with a very small amount of videos, like 3 to 4 videos that were heavily edited. So I thought, you know, why not try this, and why not use this as an opportunity to level up my own editing and see if I enjoy it. And I did enjoy it, and I loved the final result. But in terms of video performance, it didn't really do much for my video. So yeah, lesson learned. Editing doesn't matter as much, and you know, if your content is good, it will perform regardless of the editing. The thing is, when a video doesn't do well, I always try to work out why and see if there's anything I can improve or change for future videos. And I think with this one, I mean, I have a few hypotheses, and I want you to let me know, especially if you've watched the video, just let me know what you think, okay? But I think for this particular video, maybe it didn't do very well with my audience specifically because you're not that into vlogs. You're more into educational or like talking head style videos. So maybe because that video was specifically about vlogging, it didn't resonate with you as much. And if that is the case, then the video will start to pick up and continue to pick up in the future as YouTube finds the right audience for it. So, you know, that's an option. The other option is Daniel Dalen is not as popular as I thought. He's a rising star. He's definitely growing very quickly at the moment. But it is true that his channel is still relatively small compared to other channels that I've analyzed on here. I normally do case studies for YouTubers who have like 1 million plus followers. So, you know, maybe he's not as popular as I thought. And if that's the case, then again, the video will continue to pick up and do better over time as his own channel grows and people start looking for ways to like replicate what he's doing, and then they find my video in search. So that's another option. And the other option is that maybe I didn't sell the video right because the packaging wasn't quite right. Maybe the title and thumbnail could be improved, and you know, I've been experimenting with different titles and thumbnails and I still haven't found the right combination. That could be another option. Either way, if you've watched the video, please let me know what you think. And if you saw the video in your homepage and you didn't click, again, please let me know what you think and why you didn't click, because that will really help me make better content for you guys and make content that you actually want to watch. So yeah, that was my lesson that I learned in August, and yeah, I'm hoping that this will help you in some way. Now let's dive into September. September was really interesting. September was a really good month. I posted my first sponsored video on the channel with Riverside, and that video did really, really well, which is something that I wasn't expecting, because, you know, sometimes when you put out a video that's a collaboration or that's a sponsored video, you think that maybe people are not going to listen to you because, you know, you're being paid to say whatever, or because you're not really expressing your true opinion, which wasn't the case, by the way, with that specific video. But, you know, I always feel a bit, you know, about posting collaborations and sponsored videos. But yeah, this was the first sponsored video on this channel. I have done sponsored videos with my larger channel, and the experience has been completely different. Like the experience as a small YouTuber has been completely different, and it's something that I want to talk about. But first, let me share my numbers for that month. So September, as I said, was a much better month. I got 9,000 views, 434 hours of watch time, and 182 new subscribers to the channel. And with that, I also got a couple more collaboration requests and a few more leads for my YouTube coaching program called YouTube Incubator. So all in all, it was a really good month. But yeah, as I said, I wanted to tell you about my experience collaborating with Riverside, because I think this can help other people, especially small YouTubers who want to land collaborations or want to start collaborating with companies. As a small YouTuber, you try and go above and beyond to make up for the small audience that you have, and you try and get the best results for the company. So that's what I tried to do. But I have to confess that even though the video did really well and it was very well received and everything, I didn't feel 100% comfortable with that collaboration. And this is completely separate from their product. I do love their product and I use it, but my experience collaborating with them wasn't great. And it was mainly because I felt really micromanaged and I wasn't 100% comfortable with the final video that we produced. Let me tell you why. The first thing that happened is that their idea of a seamless video integration was very different from my idea of a seamless video integration. I thought of a video integration as a mention of, you know, the product for as long as you've agreed with the company. In this case, we agreed on a 2-minute video integration, but their idea of a video integration was more for me to like infiltrate the whole video with comments about Riverside, which to me felt a bit forced, a bit spammy in a way, and I wasn't comfortable with that. The other thing is I had scripted that video. The video was about low effort channels, in case you haven't seen it, and low effort editing. I had scripted that video in a way that felt logical to me, in a way that follows the process that you would basically follow if you want to create a video, from planning to scripting to filming to then editing and finally posting it. You know, that's sort of the logical order that you follow if you want to produce a video. So I had thought that, you know, that was the logical order for my video as well. The thing is, Riverside was more of an editing software, and if I followed this logical order, then Riverside would come at the end of the video, and they weren't happy with that because they wanted me to mention the product, they wanted me to mention Riverside in the first couple of minutes. And because of that, I had to like swap the whole video around, and it meant that the final product again felt a bit forced, didn't feel as natural or as logical as, you know, my first thought would have been. So that wasn't great either. And then the other thing is that they kept telling me to use my own words to share my thoughts about the product, or, you know, to express myself as naturally as I could. But then when it came to sharing my script and showing them exactly what I was saying, like word for word, they kept trying to change my words and what I was saying. And again, I wasn't fully comfortable with that. So yeah, the whole experience wasn't very positive at all. And it meant that in the end, I mean, we had to reach a compromise, and I think we managed to produce a decent video, but it wasn't something that I felt 100% comfortable with. And I think this is a lesson that I'm going to take for future collaborations. And I'm not going to put out any other videos where I don't feel 100% proud or comfortable with what I'm saying. So yeah, just wanted to share my experience and how it went, because, you know, I don't want this to happen to you. I want you to be 100% comfortable with what you put out. And I think it's good to reach compromises. But in my case, I think I went a bit too far, and then the final product, I just wasn't comfortable with, I just didn't like. So yeah, just some food for thought. And then the other thing that I wanted to talk about is something that happened with my bigger channel, just as a word of warning for you guys, especially again the ones who are doing collaborations or who want to learn collaborations in the near future, and particularly those who have a larger following and are getting lots of requests, or especially requests from bigger companies. You see, with my other channel, I have got like 200,000 subscribers, and I normally get collaboration requests from big companies. I've worked with Notion, Casetify, I've got requests from Trade Republic. You know, these sorts of companies, they're really big and they're really well known. So I got this email from Sigma cameras recently, and you know, I thought it was legit. It looked legit. I'm gonna show you all the screenshots, everything that they did, but it turned out to be a scam. And I just wanted to share this with you to warn you, because, you know, I don't think of myself as someone who's easy to scam. I'm very aware of the dangers of, you know, phishing emails and that sort of thing. But this trail of emails, it just looks so legit. Everything they did was so good that I completely fell for it, and I almost got robbed blind because of that. So yeah, let me tell you a little bit about this. Essentially, I got this email from Sigma cameras, and as you can see, the domain, everything looks legit. It's from someone who says that they work at Sigma, and they're offering me a collaboration in exchange for a camera, like, and some other equipment, and a flat fee. This is all normal if you've collaborated with brands before, and if you have a large channel. This is, you know, you get requests like this all the time. So this is not, it doesn't sound too good to be true or anything like that. It's just, you know, it happens. So I didn't think anything of it. I wanted to hear more. I, in the end, ended up accepting this collaboration because I use a Sigma lens to film all my content. So it felt like a really organic thing to do, and I actually had a good video idea for that collaboration in my Spanish channel. So I accepted that collaboration. They sent me a contract through PandaDoc, which, you know, if you've done collaborations before, you know, is a legit contract signing software that big brands use. So they must have a subscription with PandaDoc to send you this contract, and it's all fake, but as you can see, it looks very legit. And then they basically wanted to give me some store credit to buy a camera for free, get it delivered to my home, and then make some content with it and showcase it in my next video. So they gave me some instructions in a PDF to download a catalog and choose a camera and that sort of thing. Again, I'm going to show you the PDF on screen. It looks very legit, but then when I downloaded the file, my MacBook wouldn't open it because it was an exe file, whatever, however you pronounce this, an X file, and apparently those only run on Windows PCs, so my Mac couldn't open it, and honestly that was a blessing. But yeah, me being me, I tried to open it anyway. So I downloaded this thing called Parallels, which is sort of a, I mean, I'm not very techie, but it's sort of a virtual Windows desktop to open these sort of files. And with that virtual Windows desktop, I managed to open the file, but again, it wasn't doing anything. And at that point, I asked my boyfriend, who's a software engineer, because I just didn't know how to open this file. And it didn't even cross my mind that it could be a scam. Like, at first I thought, you know, this is a bit weird that they're sending me a file that won't open on a Mac, because, you know, most people have a Mac. Like, most people I know have a Mac these days, so what the hell? But yeah, when I told my boyfriend, he used this techie thing that they have in software engineering, whatever it's called, to run these files without getting your computer infected by them, essentially. And apparently the file was actually malware. It was something called Luma Stealer, which essentially records everything that you do with your keyboard and your screen or whatever. And with that, anyone can steal your passwords and even your YouTube channel, bank information, and any sort of confidential information. So yeah, I was really lucky that I didn't open that file with my Mac because it wasn't running, because it wasn't opening that sort of file. And I was lucky that when I did manage to open it, it was with a virtual desktop and it wasn't actually my computer, because otherwise I would have been scammed and robbed blind. And yeah, this may not be very relevant if you've got a small channel, but as you grow, and especially if you do have a larger following, you're gonna find people like this. And you know, I've been on YouTube for 4 years and this has never happened to me. I've done collaborations with big companies. It's always been legit, and I've always been really good at identifying scams. And this was just, it was too good. It was super elaborate, and yeah, it's just a word of warning so that you guys know how elaborate these things can be. Yeah, protect yourselves. Be careful, do your due diligence, and don't trust most things that you see on the internet. Don't trust anyone. So yeah, that was my experience and something that I wanted to share with you. As always, if you found this video interesting or helpful and you want to keep seeing content like this, hit that like button. It really helps the channel. And again, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.